Bulavanaka, hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us for our weekly Drua Talk. I'm Greg Clark and I'm looking forward to getting back to Churchill Park in Lautoka for the big doubleheader on Saturday. The Swire-shipping Fijian Drua men up against the top of the table Chiefs. The Rooster Chicken Fijian Drua Women host the Queensland Reds, with the Drua looking to go back-to-back after they upset defending champions, the Waratahs, in Sydney last Friday. What a great way to start Super W. Unfortunately, the Drua men couldn't close out another close one and had to settle for their third bonus point loss in a row. But let's hope that elusive win is not too far away. On the show this week, Drua men's head coach, Glen Jackson. We hear from Fijian-born Chiefs star Emoni Narawa, and Drua forwards coach Chris Gibbes swings by Clarky's corner. And we'll have highlights of the Drua games last week. And first up, here are the highlights of the cliffhanger between the Drua men and the Waratahs in Sydney.
Big start to the season going. The Drua chasing their first win of 2025, and it's well taken by the visitors. Drua volley. Sends up a contestable, and then Marcy's there. Did he get a hand on? To work out well here for Fichetti, who's been good through these first 10 minutes of play. It's been scrappy in and around him as Kellaway tidies up.
Use it! Carried back. Hold him, move.
Edmed again looking for Jorgensen. Jorgensen gets up and gets an arm on it. It will fall here for Tupou with soft hands. And then he releases it off the floor, and all of a sudden there's a chance down the left in front of the Fijian Drua fans. Away goes Onganimasi.
So much support here for the Drua culture round.
That's good.
Down it comes for Bell. Bell trying to rumble his way over the line. Gleeson ducks under a couple and gets the score. Well, Morgs slinging.
But they're certainly going at them, the Drua.
Sit!
Gordon brings Fichetti onto it. Flat. It's a nice crash ball from Fichetti.
Step, blow white. Step, last week.
That sets up the box kick, Gordon. Jorgensen underneath it, but it ricochets out of his hands, and it's back with the Drua.
Carried back.
Grosseset. Trying to free up some space on the outside. They've got some now. Some with Andre.
He's on.
Good sharp ball, short side. Look out, here come the Drua again. Infield. Karalevu! Oh! Karalevu lights
I'm
them
happy he's
up.
grounded that. Yeah. We're happy live, Leck. Grounding's good, and he's in the air.
Oh, unbelievable from the Drua.
Parecki taking his time. Gordon goes to Fichetti. Jumps at the line and then feeds it back to Gordon. He gets hammered by Tambuavo, and
No clear release.
Clock's now ticking away for Tane Edmed to
We'll do it after this.
knock this one over.
no issues with the penalty, and it is
Time off.
12-10. After absorbing that raid from the Waratahs, back with the Drua. Now they lose it. Bell looks to Gordon.
Advantage is
Gordon
over.
flicks it over the top. Jorgensen's giving chase. Muntz is back. It's getting ugly on the deck for Muntz. Jorgensen cleverly lets him take it. Oh, it's a try! Gleason's got two! Gleeson from nowhere, like a flash! And the Waratahs go in front.
Looks like he's dropped a couple.
Edmed needs it to straighten up. How about a poster for Edmed, and the Waratahs make it a 5-point lead. He's been good through the trials. He's been good in the season proper, Morgs.
Let's use it.
Sinclair. Oh, no. Okay. Not many of us were expecting that as the way we close out the first half. It's got Matt Burke chucked in the commentary box. Hugh Sinclair says, I've had enough. And we're off to the sheds, where it is the Waratahs leading the Fijian Drua 17 points to 12. Here we go again. It's Muntz who restarts us, and the Drua get up and get a hand on, and they are in possession to start the second. They have done a great job of turning away the Waratahs. 5 from their line.
Timing's good.
When Maul has been the call, though. Can they do it again here as Sinclair looks to rip his men towards the line? Parecki's at the back, taking his time. Now he starts to pump his legs. Parecki gets there. It's 2 tries in 2 starts for Dave Parecki.
Try to Dave Parecki, but watch the work on the replay of Angus Bell. Hugh Sinclair goes up and takes the ball.
Marawalu, Armstrong Ravula. Drua says it again. Canavere. Vailanu looking for the seal. Marawalu. Armstrong Ravula. Out the back they go. Now over the top it goes. It's on, out to the left, it has got a second. Longani Marcy for the Drua, and it's game on.
He was fine.
It's a huge shot from the Drua. They've got the pick and go at the base, but they've done the damage. Lautoka goes to the front. Lautoka riding it, cross field, he gets over and puts his team in front.
Easy, boys. It's hit the ground first and then gone on top of you.
Oh, the fans have gone crazy here at Allianz Stadium.
Armstrong Ravula to give them a handy little buffer. It's a poster. We're going down to the final 5 to find a winner. Sinclair pulls it down. It's Vailanu at the back. Vailanu has a look.
Up now, up now.
Fiji called out of the plate. Stop once is the call. Vailanu goes back in with his shoulders on the tail of Kailea. Now Adamson driving him forward. He's held short. He's held short. Penalty try. It's a penalty try. A straight 7 for the Tars.
20. Collapsing.
Saloa is the man sent to the bin. Trailing by 5. It's lost. It's gone forward and the Tars close it out.
Oh, so close yet again for the Drua. The mistakes late in the game proving costly, just when it looked like being a famous victory on the road. Well, let's check all the results from week 3 in the Shop and Save Super Rugby Pacific. The Highlanders denied Moana their first win of the season, winning a thriller by 2 points in Auckland. The Tars over the Drua by 5 in Sydney. The Chiefs finished strongly to beat the Brumbies by 15 in Hamilton. The Blues had their first win, downing the Hurricanes by 4 in Wellington, and the Reds got up in the dying seconds to beat the Force by 4 in Perth. The Crusaders had the bye. It's the unbeaten Chiefs on top of the ladder with 13. The Reds, Highlanders and Force all on 9. The Tars are on 8, while the Hurricanes sneak into the top 6 with 5, ahead of the Brumbies and Blues on points differential. The Crusaders are on 4. Drua 3, Moana 2. Okay, it's a massive day in Lautoka on Saturday, a double header with both the Drua women and men in action. Let's hear from men's head coach, Glen Jackson. Well, Labanaka coach, well, it was another close loss against the Waratahs in Sydney. I felt for the boys again because they had another red-hot crack against a team with 11 Wallabies in the run-on side. What did you take out of it?
Well, I hope we're not talking about this every bloody time, Clarky. Overall I was pretty happy with the boys. Obviously, so disappointing that they did so well to fight back to take a lead, with a few minutes to go and then to bomb it, unfortunately. And and then just not having quite the composure just at the end to fight back. But look, a 6-day turnaround, as you said, 11 wallabies, fair bit of travel, mess. You know, I'm really proud of what the boys in terms of their performance and how they got up against such a good team. You know, last year I think it was 40-something, 10 or 12. So you know, in terms of looking at that and the improvements, I think it's only a good way of looking at it.
As you say, there has been a huge improvement, no doubt about that. And after 3 bonus point losses, you're only 2 points out of the top 6. This competition is tight. And before we talk about this week's opposition, the Chiefs, what was your thinking behind your selections this week?
Look, you know, now we're sort of through the first 3 rounds. I said to the club and to our players that everyone deserved an opportunity, and that's what we've given. It's worked really well in terms of our rotation, and certain people, well, most of the boys have put their hand up, which now makes selection extremely difficult. But it was always going to be a really tough first 3 to 4 weeks with the travel. With certain places we were playing, like Napier versus Wellington. So I really wanted to make sure people were rested, but also had the understanding early doors that they were all going to have a game. And you know, like I said, it was certainly, I think it's paid dividends now, because we've certainly got some pretty fresh players available, and also we haven't got many injuries at all. So it's certainly, looking into this game and then moving forward, it's been good for morale of the team.
It doesn't get any easier against the unbeaten Chiefs, your old team. What have been your work-ons as you prepare for the first home game in Lautoka?
Oh, look, we know the Chiefs are top of the table for a reason. Clearly, they've probably got the best line-out attack, scoring off first phase off line-out. So we certainly worked pretty hard on that around stopping them. They've got some really good players who are in good form, with Damien McKenzie and Quinta Pye playing really well. So that's one of the aspects. The other aspect is turnover ball. They're good. They're first in the competition. We're second, actually, in terms of scoring from turnover, which shows, you know, we're defending a lot better than we have done before. I think, like I said, to create so many opportunities from our defence to score tries has been outstanding. And the other thing they're very good at is the last quarter of the game, which, as you know, we've been probably very good in the third quarter, and just making sure we understand where they are as a club. They've got they're very massively in-depth club, bringing on a lot of, you know, All Blacks at times after the sort of last 20. So we've got to make sure that when we're in the game that the last 20 is going to be helter-skelter, and we've got to bring out our best foot forward.
Now, the Chiefs have set the early benchmark. A good side, they finished strongly, as you said. They have injury concerns, but you don't want to be chasing the scoreboard against them, do you?
No, after the Hurricanes, we didn't start well. I thought the Waratahs, we started well, and that's going to be really important against the Chiefs as well. I mean, they're the quality outfit. Even though I say they scored most of their points in the last 20, we want to make sure we start well to get our local fans in behind us, and really, you know, get the crowd involved, which we love, and the Lautoka crowd love everything that's about rugby in Fiji. So it's important to get that early start and the crowd in behind us.
Glen, you've had good support in Napier and Sydney, but there's nothing like playing in front of the Drua fans at home, especially in Lautoka.
No, you're right. I thought Napier was outstanding, and in terms of the support was brilliant for us, and also Sydney. You know, when Pony scores one of those tries in front of most of the flags being Fijian flags is brilliant. So as you know, it's awesome to have that support away. But yeah, nothing beats Lautoka. Hopefully on a hot sunny day. You know, everyone, afternoon kickoff, we know kids are out, mums are out and dads are out. It's going to be a great atmosphere, and I know the Chiefs have a huge support in Fiji as well, so they will certainly bring out both sides, and plenty of colour and nice jerseys all out in the embankment.
Yeah, I was talking to some Chiefs fans this week, and they are coming over in groups because Super Rugby Pacific in Fiji is on their bucket list. Jacko, all the very best, mate. Let's hope we're celebrating a victory in Lautoka. Lanaka.
Thanks, Clarky. Yep, no, I appreciate your show and all the support you give us, so thanks, mate.
Okay, here's the match schedule for Lautoka on Saturday. The Drua Women clash with the Queensland Reds at 1 p.m, followed by the men up against the Chiefs at 3:30. Don't get caught in the queue for tickets. Buy them online, nice and early. And now let's hear from the Chiefs camp and the man born in Suva, Emoni, Narawa. Well, Emoni, after the disappointment in last year's final, you must be thrilled with the Chiefs' start to the season, 3 from 3. What do you put the perfect start down to? Has much changed this year?
Not much has changed, but I thought we had a pretty good pre-season. The boys look pretty fit, and obviously a bit of hurt from last year's final, and hopefully get one better this year.
Now, the Chiefs have been finishing games very well. The majority of points are scored in the back end of games. Is that where you think you'll have an advantage over the Drua, who haven't really been closing out their games?
I think our bench has been really great the last couple of games. They've provided big impact, and they're definitely one of our strength this year. And hopefully they can do another job this weekend.
What have you made of the Drua so far this year? 3 bonus point losses, so they've been competitive, haven't they?
They've definitely improved. They seem to be improving every year, and love watching them. But obviously home game for them this weekend, and it's going to be a tough one.
Emoni, you're Fijian-born. Do you know any of the Drua boys, and will you have family and friends at the game?
Yes, I know a couple of the Drua boys. I went to school with them, and they've got family over there. I've got mum and dad and all my aunties, uncles, so should be a good week.
Okay, Emoni, enjoy your trip home to Fiji. Thanks for your time. Vanaka. Now, let's check out the leaders this week in Super Rugby Pacific Fantasy. Let's see who impressed in Week 3. Here's the team of the week, according to Fantasy Points, and Adi Savia had another great performance for Moana Pacifica, earning 83 points. Chief star Anton Leonard-Brown picked up 78, and great to see flying Fijian and Drua winger Ponapate Loganamasi right up there on 75 fantasy points. And Adi Savia has jumped to the top of the Player of the Year stats as well. He's on 12 after picking up 6 points against the Highlanders. Drua winger Voate Karawalevu also picked up 6 votes. That try of his against the Tars was first class. He's second on 11 alongside the Canes' Harry Godfrey. Quinn Tupaia of the Chiefs is on 10, and Blues flyer Mark Talia rounds out the top 5 on 7 votes. Well, now we can check the draw for Week 4 in the Shop and Save Super Rugby Pacific. Friday night, it's the Blues and Brumbies in Auckland. Saturday, it's a doubleheader in Lautoka with the Drua men taking on the Chiefs at 3:30, followed by Moana and the Hurricanes in Auckland, and the Waratahs are at home in Sydney again, taking on the Western Force. And in a Sunday Arvo clash, the Crusaders host the Reds. Remember, the Reds won this one last year, breaking a 25-year drought in Christchurch. The Highlanders have the bye. The Rooster Chicken Fijian Women, they started their Super W campaign in Sydney with an upset victory over the defending champs, the Waratahs. Here are the highlights, and don't blink because you might miss the Drua's opening try.
And we're underway for season 2025, and the kickoff hits the deck and immediately kicked ahead. Will it sit up? Oh, wow! That's got to be the fastest try in Super Rugby Women's history. 10 seconds had elapsed, and immediately it is Vitalina Naikore. Luisa Tisolo sends it through. So 10 points to 0. The Drua lead the Waratahs. Cracks. This is better from the Tars. Leany. Currently 89% territory for the Drua. That'll even up a bit here now. Barker goes out the back to Ellis. Here's Fredericks now. Fredericks holding onto the ball. Little switch play to Stewart. She is a try-scoring machine. Doesn't take long for Maya Stewart to open her account in 2025.
Set. Advantage.
Another penalty advantage. Whistle goes. And yeah, Jessling's going to have a chat. Slots it. Drua lead 13 points to 5.
There'll be some great names out there. Going to see Rob Leota, Langy Gleeson for the Tars, Dave Parecki. Great to see him back from last year. Hardly played any footy last year. Max Jorgensen. A good crowd here in a couple of hours' time.
Chance here for the Drua. Gets tapped back for the Tars. Still there though for the Drua. How did that fall into their hands? And a beautiful run here from Nahamu. She ran back against the grain and used all power to dot it down. Nicely, and now Kavanagh will put it into touch. And that'll be half time. And what a half it's been from the Fijian Drua. They lead the Waratahs 20 points to 5.
It's a really good challenge for this young team. 4 teenagers in the side.
Kavanagh gets us restarted. And the Drua just big throw for her. And it falls into the hands of the Drua. That's not what the Tars would have wanted. And the Drua kick it ahead. In to move now for Waiatia Ellis. She has such good feet. And it's bumped in the tackle. Kavanagh. Pohiva. Oh, wow. Powerful carry there from Pohiva. And the ball is loose. Another penalty, so the Drua discipline. That's 3 back-to-back penalties. They go quickly to the Tars. Here's Ellis. Anderson. Hands here for O'Gorman. O'Gorman goes for the line. Storm and O'Gorman. The perfect start to the second half for the Waratahs.
For Pohiva, the impact off the bench, it was that go forward that they need.
This is an important kick. Just keep that scoreboard ticking over. And she just pushes it.
That's it.
Waiatia Ellis, the youngest on the park, and she gets the penalty as well. Oh, look out. Now, Jessling reaching for the pocket. And Anna Kodavata. Fredericks. Amahona beats the first tackle. That gets the ball out to Whittaker. She cuts back in field. Once again, the Drua. Nehamu. Fisher. Fisher beats the first tackle. Advantage to the Drua as well.
In this competition, all 3 to the Drua. Is number 4 about to happen. Times against the Waratahs now.
And Tisolo sends it through. Crouch! Into the final minutes. Bird goes short side. Barker to Fredericks. She scores. Georgie Fredericks scores. They need to take the kick quickly. I'll tell you what, wouldn't be celebrating too much right now. They need to kick the goal. And the Drua go deep. They're going to have to go 80 metres. Oh no! It slips through the hands of Whittaker. And the Drua win. Revenge for last year's grand final is served up here at Allianz Stadium.
Congratulations to the Drua Women, 23-17 winners over the Waratahs. The Force and Brumbies played out a 29-all draw in the other game. It's the Drua on top with 4 points. The Force and Brumbies have 2 each. Waratahs 1, and the Reds play their first game on Saturday in Lautoka. A terrific start to Super W for the Fijian Drua. They can't wait to get to Lautoka on Saturday. They play the Queensland Reds at 1 p.m. Fiji time.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I had my first opposed sort of run against the Brisbane Grammar boys last night, and I'm just that much more keen to give it a crack on Saturday and
And in the other game on Saturday, the Waratahs play the Western Force in Sydney. The Brumbies have the bye before they play the Drua in Lautoka in week 3 of Super W. A couple of weeks ago, we had a chat to one of the new Drua assistant coaches, Tim Sampson, in Clarkie's Corner. This week, it's the new forwards coach. On Drua Talk, it's time to see who's in Clarkie's Corner.
Well, it's great to run into Chris Gibbes in Clarkie's Corner. Chris, of course, is the forwards coach for the Swire Shipping Fijian Drua. Mate, thanks for your time. I just want to know more about you because I had a look at your journey. It's quite incredible. Start as a player, first of all, NPC.
Yep, no, I played a bit of NPC back in the day, but retired relatively early at 30. Just the old knees giving out, and I've got 2 new ones now, which is which has helped me a lot. But played for Hawke's Bay, played for Waikato, played for Thames Valley, so I've been around a wee bit as a player as well.
What got you into coaching, first of all?
Well, I knew that pretty early on my career was going to be cut short. My right knee was pretty bad. At the age of 26, I decided that my wife and I that we needed another pathway. So I went teaching actually and did a double degree, and then got into coaching that way and coached the local club team in Taradale when I was in Hawke's Bay and under 21s and loved it, and it was just a natural progression for me. And so in my last year of playing, I was coaching St. Peter's Cambridge first 15, and it was just a natural movement to the next thing, and went through my age groups at Waikato and had opportunities that I was lucky enough to be presented and jumped into it. But look, I've rugby's my life, and I've loved it, and it's been great for the family. And so to be able to be on the other side of this now and give back, and that's why I coach. I love growing people and being part of something pretty special. So that's my journey so far.
Apologies if I forget something, because you've done so much as a coach. I know you're at Ospreys in Wales and New Zealand 20s and New Zealand Maori, and Hurricanes assistant coach up until 2023. Yep. You've coached Waikato, and a few more in there as well.
Yeah, well, I've coached. One of the highlights for me as a young coach was going with JK and Grant Dury to the 2007 World Cup with Japan, and that was a pretty special team and a pretty special time. But also too, on the other side of it, going with Milton Hague to Georgia and coaching their national team at the beginning of 2012. That was pretty eye-opening, but just fantastic experiences, great people everywhere you go. As you know, in rugby, everyone sort of opens their door to you. I've been pretty specially blessed, I guess. It's been good.
Why Fiji?
Well, Fiji for me starters off. I'm from here. My father's born in Suva and my grandmother's Ratuman, and so there was a pretty special connection for me. Glen and I have known each other for a long time. Greg and I have known each other for a few years as well, and I just think that for me, I had a year out, which was a great time for me to connect with my family again and get a few things sorted out in my life that I needed to, i.e. my knees, getting new knees, getting my health back, and then this opportunity was just way too good. This team, this nation, these people, they deserve a lot, and I just want to be in a position where I can help and make this team great. So, the foundations are strong here. What's been laid before us is really good, and I know we're going to do good things here. So it was an easy decision.
As a player, you would have had Fijian-born teammates. As a coach, Fijians are right around the world, starring everywhere. But isn't it good now just to have this pathway that young Fijians can stay for a little bit longer, play for the Fijian Drua, come up through the pathways, play for the Flying Fijians, and then the world is their oyster?
Yeah, I think it's vital that pathway is well connected and well resourced, because I think if you look at the world rugby, and the biggest people that make the impact in teams are the Fijian boys, and if we can harness this and get it right, and we start this pathway of this real connection between Super Rugby International world, I think honestly the world is their players' oyster, and I just think it's going to be so good for the nation. So exciting times.
We think it's exciting. We think it's so good that you have turned up in Fiji, and you're giving all of that experience to the team here at the moment, and the youngsters coming through as well. Fijian Drua forwards coach Chris Gibbes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Vanaka.
Awesome.
Chris is a very experienced coach and he has some brotherly rivalry this week as his younger brother, Jono Gibbes, is the player development coach for the Chiefs. There'll be a bit of sledging there, no doubt. And that's it for another episode of Drua Talk. And good luck to the Drua men who take on the Chiefs and the Drua women who play the Queensland Reds in the Saturday afternoon doubleheader in Lautoka at Churchill Park. And we'll leave you with a look at the Drua teams for this week. I'm Greg Clark. On behalf of all the Drua Talk team, thanks for joining us. Mā